One of the most talked about young players in the game finished at the very bottom of the leaderboard, last place at one of the most prestigious junior events in the world. In just a matter of hours, the entire narrative around him shifted. The same name that once represented potential suddenly became the center of doubt. How does a player with that level of attention drop so far, so quickly? This wasn't simply a bad day on the course. Golf is full of missed putts, rough rounds, and unlucky breaks, but this felt different. The numbers told a story that couldn't be ignored. Round after round, the gap between Charlie and the rest of the field didn't close, it widened. Each scorecard made the picture clearer, and it wasn't one people expected to see. For someone surrounded by so much belief, this didn't look like just a stumble. It looked like a breakdown. And the more you examined it, the harder it became to explain, because it was never just about the result. It was about what it represented. Expectations, pressure, and a name that carries weight beyond the game itself. To understand what happened to Charlie Woods, you have to go back long before that final scorecard was signed. In golf, some players carry a bag, while others carry a legacy. Charlie has been carrying one of the most recognizable names in sports since birth. The name Woods doesn't just exist in golf. It defines it. His father, Tiger Woods, didn't just dominate the sport. He transformed it completely. With 15 major championships, legendary comebacks, and global fame, he turned quiet fairways into the center of the sporting world. Tiger didn't just win. He redefined greatness itself. And from the moment Charlie first held a club, the question was never whether he would play golf, but whether he could ever step out from that shadow. But the truth most people overlook is this: Charlie Woods has never had the chance to simply be a kid learning the game. Every swing, every round, every appearance has been watched, analyzed, and recorded. Cameras follow him everywhere, crowds whisper, and headlines form before he even tees off. When your last name is Woods, every shot feels heavier than it should. With that comes not quiet hope, but constant, loud expectation. The belief that he could be the next Tiger, the assumption that greatness is inevitable, but golf has never worked that way. Even the greatest players struggled before they succeeded, and even prodigies stumble before they rise. The difference is that most players are allowed to fail in silence. Charlie Woods has never had that privilege, so when he steps onto a course, he isn't only competing against the field. He's competing against history, against comparisons, against a standard of greatness that may never be repeated. He isn't just trying to win, he's trying to prove something to a watching world. And that's where the pressure starts to change everything, because pressure like that doesn't just sit on your shoulders, it eventually catches up to you. That raises the unavoidable question: what actually went wrong? Performances like this don't happen without reason, especially not at this level, in an event like Sage Valley, and certainly not to a player under this kind of spotlight. This wasn't just a cold stretch, or a few unlucky breaks. It felt deeper, more layered, and harder to reduce to a simple explanation. The first answer people turn to is pressure, not the normal competitive kind that sharpens focus, but the weight of expectation and legacy. For Charlie, every swing is measured not just on execution, but on comparison to a name that changed the sport forever. When that burden builds, even small mistakes feel magnified far beyond their actual impact, but pressure alone doesn't explain everything. There's also experience, or the lack of it. Sage Valley isn't just another junior event. It's a proving ground for some of the best young players in the world. The margins are thin, the conditions demanding, and the mental game is tested as much as the physical one. For a developing player, that environment can expose weaknesses quickly. Then there's the competition itself. This wasn't casual golf. It was elite and relentless. Every player there earned their place. Every shot mattered. And when you're even slightly off, the leaderboard doesn't just reflect it, it highlights it. Yet the story doesn't end there. Just weeks earlier, Charlie made a significant decision about his future by committing to college golf, signaling that his journey is only just beginning. That raises a bigger question. Was this performance a warning sign, or simply part of the learning process ahead? In reality, this moment may look like the headline, but it isn't the full story. Golf careers are never defined by a single tournament. They're built over time, shaped by setbacks, and revealed in how a player responds when things fall apart. It's easy to see a last-place finish and jump to conclusions. But the truth is more complicated and more human. Every great golfer, including Tiger Woods, has had moments where nothing worked, rounds where confidence dipped, and the game felt out of reach. The difference is those moments didn't define them, they shaped them, and that's where growth in golf begins. Not in victory, but in failure, in learning that talent alone is never enough, and that the mental side of the game matters just as much as the physical. That learning how to lose is often the first real step toward learning how to win. For a young player like Charlie, this experience, no matter how difficult it looks right now, could become one of the most important chapters in his entire development. Because the path ahead is still wide open, with a college golf commitment already in place, new opportunities are ahead. New environments, stronger competition, and the chance to grow away from constant headlines. Sometimes stepping back from the noise is exactly what allows a player to rebuild confidence and sharpen their game on their own terms, as, maybe the real story isn't just what happened, it's what comes next. Because greatness has never been about avoiding failure, it's about responding to it. And for Charlie Woods, the next chapter is still unwritten, which might be the most important part of all. The stage for what followed couldn't have been bigger. The Junior Invitational at Sage Valley isn't just another event, it's one of the most respected tests in junior golf. It's where elite young players are measured against each other, and where potential is either confirmed or questioned under real pressure. This time, all attention was on Charlie Woods, but not in the way anyone expected. From the opening round, something felt unsettled. Nothing extreme at first, just small errors. A missed opportunity here, a slightly offline shot there. But in a field this strong, small mistakes rarely stay small. One bad hole became two. One missed putt started a pattern. And before long, the leaderboard told a story that didn't match the expectations coming in. Round after round, the struggles continued. Drives missed their lines, putts refused to drop, and momentum never arrived. Instead of moving up, Charlie slipped further down the standings. By the end, the result was impossible to ignore, a last-place finish with a total score around plus 26. Not just behind the leaders, but significantly separated from the field. It wasn't only the position that stood out, but the margin. In a tournament built to showcase the next generation of stars, the gap made the outcome even more striking. And then, shifting away from junior golf, another moment in the sport captured attention. In March 2026, the spotlight turned towards something completely different, the return of Tiger Woods. The lights were bright, cameras were ready, and the golf world paused as one of the sport's greatest names stepped back into competition after months away. It wasn't a major championship return, but even in a limited setting, his presence felt enormous. Fans lined up early, waiting for a glimpse of him. At 50 years old, every step carried history with it, and the atmosphere felt less like a regular event and more like a moment being carefully observed. This return wasn't about chasing trophies. It was about testing what remained after years of surgeries, injuries, and recovery. And while the swing still carried its familiar rhythm, there was an unspoken understanding in the air. This phase of his career is no longer defined by dominance, but by endurance, because over time, Tiger Woods' career has become less about winning and more about surviving the game physically. Multiple back surgeries, serious leg injuries, and long recovery periods have turned every comeback into a question of limits rather than expectations. What once felt like temporary setbacks gradually became a cycle of recovery and return. And now, every appearance carries a different kind of weight, not just about performance, but about how much longer the body can continue to answer the demands of the game it once ruled completely. The limits of the human body have become the defining reality of his career. Each time he has returned, the determination has been obvious, but the pattern has also become clear. The schedule gets smaller, and the gaps between appearances grow longer. In recent years, even Tiger Woods has stopped speaking in terms of full seasons. Instead, he selects moments carefully, appearing only when his body allows it. It's no longer about dominating the tour. It's about proving he can still compete at all. When a player who once pushed through pain without hesitation starts talking about managing energy and limiting workload, it signals a fundamental shift. The battle is no longer just against competitors, it's against time and physical capacity. People close to him repeat the same reality.